Hello everyone. Today we are going to teach you about how to use Notability. This is Catherine,
Sammy,
and Leanna.
Hope you learn a lot.
Okay, so first you want to get your Notability app from the App Store, and once you download it, you'll have a pretty blank left-hand side, like this folder will be pretty blank. And so to make a folder, you want to create divider. And so this is like the big kind of folder for all your stuff, and this is really useful for when you're studying for like final exams or when you're studying for cumulative tests. And if all your notes are really organized, then it's easy to go back and study them by chapter and to focus on which areas you need improvement on. So you make the subject, and you can, for this class, it'll be honors biology. And then under the divider, you'll have subjects. So the subjects will be the name of each unit you're working on. So for this unit, we'll do ecology. Okay. And then once you make your folder, there'll obviously be nothing inside. So you can search for different names by using this little magnification tool. So it'll be like ecology, and then it'll show up all the notes under that name. And then if you want to make your own note, you press this notepad button, and that brings you into a note. And so, yeah, and once you get there, you can talk about that. But, so, yeah, after you make your dividers and your folders, you want to import the PowerPoint from the Google site.
Okay, so once you're going to open Safari, you're going to go to Mr. Sinti's website, and it's going to open up. It's going, there it is. And you're going to go to this little mini column over here, and you're going to click on whatever chapter you're on. So let's just start at the beginning, so chapter 3. And it's going to open, and you're going to want to click on whatever note you're doing for homework that night. And so let's pretend like we're going on to Intro to Ecology, which is going to be the first note you guys start with. So open that up, and you're going to want to, if it kind of goes away, so you're going to want to tap, and at the top, you're going to want to hit Open In, and then scroll over and find Notability. So create new note, and at the bottom here, you're going to be able to import them into specific folders that you've made. So you can click whatever one you want. Ecology 3 is the one we're going to go for today, and import. And it'll import it directly into your folder. So you can rename it, whatever you want, and then get started with your note taking. And sometimes the Safari way gets a little bit weird. At the beginning of our year, there was some struggles with that. So we found that you can also go in through Chrome. And if you go the Chrome way, you're going to want to download the Google Chrome app and the Google Drive app for this step. So you're going to go through the same way. You're going to go to the website and click on the folder. And the folder will open up in Google Drive, and then you're going to be able to click on the note, and then once it loads, which I hope it does, there it is. You can go over here and then hit Open In, that button, and no, did I hit the wrong button?
You click Open In again.
What?
So you click Open In, and then
Did I do it wrong?
You click Open In again.
Oh.
there's another Open In button.
Oh, I don't do this. Mine is old, I guess. Okay, and then, sorry guys, and then open in Notability. And then same exact way as you had before. So Ecology 3, import. And then you can get started with taking your notes.
I'm going to show them how to change the name.
Oh, okay. And then if you want to change your name, super simple. You can just go up, tap on, you have to tap on, the T button, so the text button, and then Intro to Ecology. And have fun with your notes.
Okay, so to take your notes, there's a couple different ways you can do it. First of all, if you don't think your handwriting is legible on Notability, you can use the typing tool. And to use the typing tool, you are already on there, so you just click wherever you want to start typing, and you basically just start typing. It works well if you, I guess, go that way. And then to take your notes, you can also use the pencil tool, and you can change the color, so you can have a color that'll stand out on your notes, and you can write here things. You can also underline keywords, and you can use the highlighting tool, and you can highlight subjects. You can also use if you wrote something and you would like to move it because maybe you wrote it like on the side here and it's better if it's over on the lines, you can use your scissors tools and you just circle it and you just move it over, and then you can also change the color of whatever you wrote by just clicking on it, clicking style, and then you can change it to whatever color you want it to be.
You can make it bigger.
You can also make it larger or smaller by just kind of zooming in and out on it. Another thing you can do is use your finger tool, and that way you can just move around without worrying you're going to write anything down. The pencil's really useful to circle things, so like if California's something that's really important to you, you can circle that. Another thing you can do is you can record your voice by pressing the recording button. You can write, and then you can type things out and have a little recording to go with it. And then when you search it, it'll like show up with the text box. This is interesting. Okay, so another thing you can do is you can add in sticky notes if you want to draw something and you don't want the lines to get in your way, or if you want graphs or something. So you just press sticky, and you can choose whichever type of sticky note you want. I'd probably start with a blank one. You can then change the size and move it to wherever you want it to be, and you can also change the paper to whatever you are feeling that day and then draw on it. You can also change the paper of the entire thing by going to the wrench tool, clicking paper, and just clicking a background, and then your whole background will be whatever pattern you decided. Also, another way to write is you can just, instead of zooming in, you can just click and hold, and it'll have a zoom in at the bottom, and you can write words. So there's a lot of different ways to do it, and you can just pick whichever way works best for you.
And there's also another function at the top right-hand corner, which is the little sheets of paper. And this is just really useful for like an overview of everything. So if you're like writing your notes and you want to go to the last page, then you just like scroll down and you go to the last page. You can also keep track of which pages you have notes on. So if there's like an empty page that you don't need, you can just ignore that. And if you're studying again for like a cumulative final or something, and there's like one page with a really important note on it, you can bookmark it by clicking on the bookmark. And then the bookmark tab will have all the bookmark pages you have. And then if you're like doing a project or something, or you're like, I don't remember anything about organisms, then you can search organisms, and all the pages with the word organism will show up. So yeah. And then once you're done with that, then you want to export your notes.
So once you are done with all your notes, you're going to want to export them in order to turn them in. So we're going to go up here to this little box with the arrow shooting out of it. And you can export your notes two ways. You can either go through the Google Drive way, which allows you to go to import them directly into the folder that you want. So then you could just export it to the biology folder and send it to Google Drive. And it will work its way. Okay, and so just to save time, we'll show you, and the second way is to just kind of open it normally and then share the note. So say sometimes Mr. Sinti doesn't always have you watch his videos for homework. Sometimes you watch like a Khan Academy video, and maybe you write your notes on like a black piece of paper. You need to enable this paper button in order for the black to show up. So if you like write in white on your black paper, but then export it without this, so if you just export like that, then you're not going to be able to see your white writing on the white piece of paper. So you want to click the paper button in order to show your any cool like background paper you'd have. So if you click that, share your note, and it's going to open like this, and you're just going to want to open in Drive. And I'm going to upload it. And then from there, you're just going to click on it. and maybe rename it and then just relocate it to whatever folder you want it to go into. So say you have here, so you're just going to want to move to, and then
And you do that by clicking on the I button at
Yeah.
the bottom of the document.
so just right there, that little I button, and then move to, and then honors biology, move here, and there it is.
And
You just
then
turned in your homework.
here's an example of a Notability note that's already been finished. Okay, so like these are the different subjects, and then so this is an example of a note that's been done, and so this is just like writing, and you choose a different color. There's an example of highlighting notes on the PowerPoint, and a lot of times if there's a diagram on the PowerPoint, it's also really useful to just, you can like highlight and point to stuff to emphasize them. So yeah.
So we hope you enjoy working with Notability. It can be very helpful to get all your notes done and study from.